Hey everyone, this video covers 5 Holy Paladin tips and tricks that I follow and I'd like to share with you. Now, there are obviously many more than these 5, and after you watch, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think and if you'd have any that you'd like to share. Anyway, let's get started. So, my first tip is to use your damage mitigating buffs when casting Blessing of Sacrifice and Light of the Martyr. Every time I cast Blessing of Sacrifice on somebody, I always cast Divine Protection to reduce the amount of damage I take. The same applies for Light of the Martyr too. Divine Protection reduces all damage you take by 20% for 8 seconds. Since you take damage as a result of both of these spells, any sort of damage reduction will help you out. You could alternatively pop your bubble in place of Divine Protection, but remember to always pay attention to your cooldown management. Another thing to note is that Blessing of Protection will not protect you against Light of the Martyr damage. Blessing of Protection only protects against physical damage, and Light of the Martyr deals holy damage. So try to be wary of that. Now, if you look here, you can see that I'm testing this out on a test dummy, and I'm casting Light of the Martyr on myself, and you could look in the combat log at the damage that I'm taking. But after I cast Divine Protection, you can see in the combat log that the damage that I'm taking from Light of the Martyr has been reduced. Okay, the second thing is that when using Beacon of Virtue in 5-mans and Mythic Plus dungeons, use Bestow Faith for a huge boost to your AoE healing capabilities. Cast Bestow Faith, which you should be using on cooldown anyway, and then when Beacon of Virtue is active, once Bestow Faith procs, it'll provide a nice AoE burst of healing. And as you can see, I tested it out in my group here. So I'm casting Bestow Faith on myself, and then I'm casting Beacon of Virtue right after, and then wait a few seconds for Bestow Faith to proc, and then you'll see everyone in my party is getting that nice burst heal. And same thing with my involuntary volunteer here in the Paladin Order Hall. I'm casting Beacon of Virtue, and because he's in my proximity, he is affected by it. I'm casting Bestow Faith on myself, and when Bestow Faith procs, he gets healed by it as well thanks to Beacon of Virtue. Okay, the third thing is Mastery Lightbringer causes our heals to be more powerful the closer we are to our target. If you know who will be taking damage, such as the tank, move closer to them for bigger heals. If there's a specific mechanic in a fight where a non-tank party member is targeted and is going to take a lot of damage, preemptively try to move closer to them if possible for more empowered healing. This is of course dependent on mechanics and everything, so always be aware of your positioning. And as you can see here, I'm using the dummy again in the Order Hall, and I'm standing really close to the dummy, and you can see my heals are doing a certain amount, taking a step back. Heals are getting a little less. And even further away, you can see that the heals have reduced by quite a little bit. Okay, so the fourth thing is that our Holy Shock spell has double the chance to crit than our normal heals do, and you should more than likely be using this spell on cooldown anyway. Intellect is obviously our primary stat, and Critical Strike is the next top stat after that, of course. So if you have something like 30% Critical Strike, your Holy Shock has a 100% chance to crit when you have Avenging Wrath active. If you have 50% Critical Strike, your Holy Shock will crit 100% of the time with or without Avenging Wrath. Okay, and the last thing is about Light of Dawn. So we know that the range of the spell of Light of Dawn is a cone shape right in front of you, and it heals up to 5 injured allies within a 15-yard radius. I did not realize this right away, but Light of Dawn also casts a small circle around yourself, so if you have targets that are behind you, they can actually also benefit from Light of Dawn. I'm unsure of the exact yardage, but I'm testing it out on training dummies here, and as you can see, I'm standing in front of it, and I have my back to the training dummy, and it's still benefiting from the heal. I don't know the exact yardage of the training dummy behind me, but when I cast Rule of Law from this point, it does receive the heal, whereas if I don't use Rule of Law from where I'm standing right now, the dummy does not get the heal. Thanks for checking out my 5 quick tips for Holy Paladin. If you guys have any input or future pointers that you'd like to see highlighted in a video, please let me know in the comments below. If you're looking for a more in-depth Holy Paladin PvE healing guide, please refer to the video next to me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to show some support, please hit the subscribe button, and you'll be able to see when I launch a new video and live stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Have a nice day.